standing today, speaking about economic sabotage by any institution or any individual. Mr. Chairman, we are faithful, loyal, and committed to the progress and development of this country. We are Nigerians. I'm not sure we lie to this country. We do not, Mr. Chairman. It is our duty to protect the overall interests of this country by the provisions of the law, Mr. Chairman. The Petroleum Industry Act, the Company and Allied Matters Act, and other enabling regulations and laws that govern the activity of the oil and gas industry. Mr. Chairman, we are not in breach of any one of them. Mr. Chairman, the NMPC is a company owned by over 200 million Nigerians. And I happen to be the chief executive of this company. And the law is clear around what the chief executive of this company will do. Our Memorandum Article of Association, the Petroleum Industry Act, and all other enabling, including CAMA, which was legislation by this Honorable National Assembly. They are clear that the board and management of NMPC must maximize value for this company, Mr. Chairman. This company cannot have negative profits for 3 years. The CAMA says you can shut it down. Mr. Chairman, it's our job to protect this company, but it's also our job to protect other businesses around us. Mr. Chairman, let me be specific. And I will wait for the public hearing, and I also agree with my Honorable Minister that it should be broadcast live so that Nigerians will hear us, so that all the misinformation that you see today will be put beside, so that Nigerians will know the truth. And all of us here see what's happening in the media. Targeted personal attack on my person, on the institution. And we all know how this works. They are deliberate, they are calculated, so that create the impression that the NMPC Limited and our leadership are doing anything to create economic sabotage in our country. It is far from it, Mr. Chairman. This company has grown, Mr. Chairman. We're proud to say this. From a loss company for 43 years to a profit-making company today, Mr. Chairman. Mr. Chairman, it is very clear from everything you have said through this investigative hearing that you can see the majority of the issues you have raised have nothing to do with the NMPC Limited. Yet, everybody believes, by sheer misinformation, which my minister has highlighted, that NMPC is responsible for creating any economic sabotage in our country. Mr. Chairman, refining business is tech business. You must secure your feedstock and you must secure a market. This is basic even for NMPC refineries. And this determines what happens in the refinery, any refinery for that matter. Let me stop straight with you, Mr. Chairman. It's a private opportunity also. Mr. Chairman, we have done nothing to sabotage any domestic refinery. Any one of them. There are many of them. Some of them are small scale.
officer, I stand on already established protocols. The Nigerian Customs Service is saddled with four main functions, which is revenue collection, anti-smuggling activities, trade facilitation of both export, import, and transit trade, and also implementation of government policies. On maritime patrol, the service is only allowed to patrol 24 nautical miles radius from the shore. We undertake both fiscalization and de-fiscalization with NUPRC, and also we look into the permits granted by NMDPRA for the exports of petroleum products. What the gaps we identified in this is that we all do office-specific automation. We need to see ourselves. Whatever NUPRC is doing, NMPDA is doing, customs also need to see. So there should be an automated process whereby we have an application program interface. So that because we do fiscalization and de-fiscalization with you, but we only do that of quantity. Quality depends on the regulator. So if we can see ourselves via automation, this would also take care of smuggling of some of these products. So automation is key. Then the service is about procuring 2 sea-going vessels. Then we have some of our boats. We are also trying to take approval from UNCSA so that we can mount the boats for patrols. We are in collaboration with Nigerian Navy at all times. Places where we cannot go to, the Navy is always there to take us there. But sometimes, because of logistic problems, we are always dependent on the IOCs and the stakeholders. So if they don't provide this equipment, we may not be able to do our job with Navy and even NUPRC and the downstream regulators. So I think this is a good opportunity for us to look into the gaps and find a way to ameliorate this problem. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. We'll round up with you and go to our security.
Mr. Chairman, I will keep the existing protocol. My name is Abdul Kabir Adisa Aliu. I'm the CEO of Matrix Energy Limited and a member of DAPMAN. It's a great pleasure and honor that DAPMAN and myself are being invited for this investigation going on. We're also happy that we all agree this should come live so that Nigeria can have sufficient and adequate information. But I will go straight to the point. We, DAPMAN and Matrix Energy, we are all Nigerians, we are investors, and we are passionate about this country. Myself, all my educations are in Nigeria, and we have invested heavily in this country. Matrix Energy today has over 2,700 staff. We do this because we believe in this country. But when people go to the media to attack people, I think it goes beyond money, beyond business. It is something that has a lot of psychological effect. We have been accused, both DAPMAN and Matrix Energy, for bringing product from Russia or from other countries. But it's strange to me, as I'm not aware that Nigeria has banned or stopped importation of product for some countries. The most important thing to us is, and the most important thing to every responsible government, is to make good and product available to the people at affordable price. Monopoly kill business. And when people invest without doing the needful, that is why you see them, they accuse everybody. I will go straight, I will make reference to 1 or 2 points. You see Nigerians today are crying that the price of foodstuff is high. Somebody published the result of his company yesterday, making over 133 billion in 6 months. The profit is coming from where? Sugar. Nigerians are paying more because Nigerians are not allowed to import sugar. We buy from the monopolistic people.
That man, we are not.
Yes, sir.
Again, I said this is not the public. This is not the public hearing.
It's okay.
So
the most important thing, sir, is that we are in support of what the Senate is doing, and at the appropriate time, we will speak our mind. We are Nigerians, we are businessmen, we have done what is required to stabilize energy supply in the country, and we will continue to support the government in ensuring that product is adequately available at affordable price. Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
My name is Momo Oyarikwa. I'm the chairman of CORAN, Crude Oil Refinery Owners Association of Nigeria. I'm here to speak on some of the few issues we have had as refiners, and it's not so different from what Aliu from Dangote Refinery has said. I mean, we started, I think Dangote is the only company that started before us. Our company name is OPAC, and they started, I think, about 2013, and we started about 2017. And about 2021, we actually started to do our reliability test. And it was a challenge for us to even get crude for our reliability test. We have gone to almost all the institutions, both government and private. Till this moment, as I speak, our refinery is a 10,000 barrel refinery, which was completed 2021 and started operation 2022. We are operating at about 3% capacity, a refinery of 10,000 barrels. That means we are not even getting up to 1,000 barrels per day. What that means is that we are not just the only one that are challenged in this way. There are other modular refineries that are also challenged in this way. We have made several cases in several media to say that why are we in the refinery business? We are all in the refinery business for one purpose. First and foremost, to help the country to save the effects that is being used for the importation of product into the country, because once you refine product locally, what that means is that there is no need to source for FS for importation of any product. And so what that does is that the effects that everybody is looking for, the pressure that is on FX today, it will drastically reduce. I have made instances. For example, we own a 10,000 barrel refinery. 10,000 barrel in 30 days will give you 30,000 barrels. And in a year, that's going to give you about 300,000 barrels, meaning 360,000 barrels. And if the average price of crude is $100, my refinery alone is going to require about $3.6 million to purchase crude. If you have today modular refineries, you have about 27,000 capacity of modular refinery. If you multiply,
Sir, please remember you have 2 minutes. You can round up with that.
I'll be rounding up. Yeah. So what I'm trying to say is that you cannot overemphasize what the Dangote guy has said, protecting local industry. We produce product into the local market. Our income is in Naira. We want to purchase product in Naira. We want adequate supply. For example, our refinery is currently rusting away because we do not have enough crude to refine in the last 2 to 3 years of kickstarting the refinery. I'm sure Edo refinery has the same challenge and some other refineries have the same challenge. Let me stop there. Thank you very much for this opportunity.
Nigeria.
Mr. Chairman, thank you very much for the opportunity not only to stand here but to be invited so that I can hear our side. We're not here to give the details, but just to reassure the honorable committee that Nigerians have all had only one side of the argument. We've been bombarded, abused, accused, maligned, but we're not heard. So just like Honorable Minister said, it is an opportunity for Nigerians to hear from the side of not only Farouk Ahmed, but NNDPRA. So I actually am happy, I'm pleased, and elated that the hearing will be made public and live on TV, because we have been unfairly treated, not only by the Nigerian press, but the very senior Nigerians, very high, of high places, because of misinformation. Obviously, it's not their fault. It was information that was polluted, misrepresented. Mr. Chairman, I don't want to say too much, because I'm really happy to be here. Thank you, sir. Thank you. Yes.
Thank you so much for complying.
Senate Ad Hoc Committee Chairman, distinguished senators,
Don't worry, sir. You can skip protocol.
all other protocol duly observed. I am here before you today as the President of the Independent Petroleum Marketers Association of Nigeria, IPMA, comprising of over 30,000 conglomerates, over 50,000 retail outlets, which account for 85% of petroleum stations across the country, and over 100,000 fleets of trucks conveying petroleum products in the country. So we are here to support and to say the truth in this ad hoc committee. It is important to note that IPMAN is one of the most critical organizations in the oil and gas industry in Nigeria. This is due to the fact that we are responsible for larger distribution of petroleum products across nooks and crannies of this country, despite all challenges. IPMAN is willing to collaborate with other stakeholders and government institutions, such as NNPCL, NDPPRA, to augment NNPC retail and other value chain in the downstream sector. It is pertinent to know that the value chain in the downstream should be sustained to allow other investors to continue to play their role effectively. This will go a long way in protecting those who have invested in the oil and gas sector. IPMAN, as a body, sir, will like to use this medium to solicit the support of the Senate to ensure that there is a level playing ground in this sector of the economy, by ensuring that the refineries, storage facilities owners, and IPMAN that have the retail outlet should not be distorted by allowing monopoly to set in. Before I go ahead, I would like to make it clear that IPMAN appreciates our long-standing relationship with the NNPCL. Let me also acknowledge that the NNPCL is currently doing her best to allocate IPMAN products to IPMAN through NIPCO PLC, but the products are grossly inadequate considering the strength of IPMAN vis-a-vis. Our investment in the downstream, IPMAN's allocation needs to be improved to meet up the numbers of retail outlets, which is well separated across the country. We should appreciate tremendous increase in the allocation of product. IPMAN, under my leadership, is reassuring the Senate, the NNPCL, the NMDPPRA, and the entire Nigerians that IPMAN will continue to ensure that all product allocated to her will be discharged in all her retail outlets for enhanced service delivery to consumers with the government is approved price. Before I go further, though, I would like to put it on record now that at IPMAN we have no doubt as to the capacity of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu to drive Nigeria's oil and gas sector to greater height as never before seen in the history of Nigeria. Yet, there are certain indices from an IFMAN point of view that have allowed down some of these remarkable. Due to the time, I will summarize. Yes, due to the time, I will summarize and wait for the public hearing, whereby I will emphasize and we are going to say the facts and we are going to say what will assist this ad hoc committee, because we don't have any country apart from Nigeria. Nigeria is our country and we have to work for our country. God bless Senate. God bless all of you. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.